Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be starting our FIFA player review series, and to kick it off we're going to do this Jairzinho mid icon, which as most of you will know came out a few days ago as an SBC. Should you craft him, should you not? Find out after the end of the video. So as you all probably have seen, he can play right mid and right wing. Unfortunately he can't play striker straight off the bat, though you can move him to striker in game if you please. I haven't actually tried him there yet, but if you'd like a follow-up review, let me know. Happy to see how he performs on that area. In-game stats, all in all, he's a very solid card all round. He's got some great stats on him, and it shows in game. One of the key features I want to point out for this whole video is his outside the foot shot is crazy. You'll see a few clips. Outside the box, inside the box, he tends to finish them 9 times out of 10. Started to use an engine chemistry style on him just to boost his pace, passing, and dribbling. I think it's the best to go for this card. And in game, we play him in a 4-3-3, number 4 on the right wing position. He's more of a playmaker for my team, if anything. Though you can go on a few runs with him, but like, you'll see he's always in a great position. Like here, for example, outside the foot, outside the box, he finishes that 9 times out of 10. Great finisher and inside and outside the box, very clinical. You can always rely on him as well, which is great. Yeah, so this card, I haven't really got too many bad things to say about him. I've played, I mean, I know it says, I think it said like 25 games. I've played a whole lot more. Reason for this is I play a lot of like friendlies as well, just to test out the card against friends. And actually some of these, a load of these clips are against friends. But yeah, he's we'll go about the pros. So pace, if you get through the fullback, they're not catching you. Like they're not going to catch you, to be honest. Like you'll see here, he does use his strength quite well at times, but we'll get into the weakness shortly. I'll give a bit of a teaser. It's his aggression, which you do feel quite a lot, even though he's got a good amount of strength. Maybe if you gave him like a hawk, boost that strength, maybe it would be less noticeable. One to play around with and see, but here we go again. So like through ball, past the defender. I shouldn't have tracked back here. I would have lost the ball because of it. But once you're through on that wing, they're not catching you. But yeah, dribbling and pace together, he's a menace. Like he's very tricky to get the ball off. See here a few skills, which is one of the key points. If you want to go on a run with them, you can definitely do that. 5-star skills, always good to have, always useful as well. Quite meta for those ball roll turn-ins. Positioning as well is one thing that I was quite impressed with this card actually. If you need a card to, and there's another great outside the foot shot there. If you need a player to be in the right position, even for just a 1-2 or to make the run, Jairzinho is one of the best cards I've used for this, to be honest. Yeah, honestly, positioning wise, if you want a playmaker if you want someone that you don't have to power to them to get their value, Jairzinho is your man. You don't always need to be using him to get the most out of him, if that makes sense. Shooting, honestly, he's very clinical, to be honest. The only other card that I find more clinical is Forlan, but you know, he's got 94 shooting. Excuse me, yeah. Shooting wise, feels like he's got about 92. Definitely a clinical person that you can trust one-to-one with the keeper, which is always good to have. His movement as well, similar to his dribbling. It's very, very tricky to defend. His animations, although is an average body type, which you do sometimes feel in game. It's a weird one. It kind of feels like just the ball glues to his foot sometimes. Like here, that they're trying to get the ball off him, but there was his aggression there lacking him to get it back, and we had the other defender to grab the ball. But for the most part, he's pretty tricky to touch once you're going. Like here, for example, it was a good run. The shot was a bit poor, and overall, he's just a great play. He's a great playmaker and finisher. To be honest, that's just the best way I can describe him. If you want a great playmaker and finisher, Jairzinho is one of the best that there is, really. He's a very meta card as well. Yeah, but the only con I found with this card was his aggression. Obviously, it's in the, I think it's 45. It's quite low. Which you do notice. He has the strength to hold the ball, but if you kind of pester him a bit too long for the ball, he will just give it up, kind of thing, which can be very frustrating. Because if he had that strength, this card would be insanely broken. Wondering if you bump that aggression up somehow, if that would be any different. I doubt it. 45 is so low. Even if you bumped it to 60, which you probably couldn't do, I don't think it'd make much of a difference. So you just want to keep out for, if someone's pestering you a bit too much to grab the ball, maybe just pass it if you can. Otherwise, he will lose it. But yeah, overall, value for money on this card. I think he's about $1 million to craft at the moment. I did him for this here was one of the only outside the foot shots there that were actually saved, which was quite impressive considering I had quite a few of them. Yeah, as I was saying, value for money, I think it's about $1 million to craft. I did him for about 350k. I had quite a bit of fodder in the club, so thought I'd chuck that into a new right wing. I don't know if he's worth the 4 million, to be honest, though. It depends. If your team is obviously very stacked, 100% he's worth it, but if you have no one else, I don't think you spending $1 million on the SBC or even 1.4 or 1.2 to buy his card from the market is worth it, if that makes sense. But if you've got, say, like $500,000 worth of fodder, if you can do it for about 500k, 550k, I'd say he's definitely very usable. Definitely will be in your main team for a good couple months. And yeah, it's one of those things where it's very expensive, so it's hard to talk bad about a card that costs over $1 million, but he generally is worth the money if you have a good team. If you have a good team, definitely get him. If you're looking, if you have like a weak defense and so forth, maybe look at bumping that up a bit. Maybe upgrade other bits of your team. But if your team's solid all round and you have like $500,000 worth of fodder, definitely do him. Even if you don't, to be honest, the 1 million, if you have a good team, he'll only strengthen it. But what I'm trying to say here is he's not a card you can just do and have a below average team and hope to start winning more games. That won't really happen. He's more of a playmaker than anything, in my opinion. So you obviously need the good team to help his strengths. There's no point in him playmaking the rest of your team if your team can't finish or get in the right positions and so forth. But yeah, value for coins, I'd say I'd give him an 8.5 out of 10. And as a player, I give him a 9 out of 10. He's a very solid player. I haven't found too many other wingers in general that are much better than him. I also think he's better than Di Maria, which says a lot because that Di Maria card is absolutely crazy, as most of you know. But yeah, that's going to wrap up this video. Yeah, let me know if there's anything else you guys want to see reviewed in the next coming weeks, or if anything's released. And yeah, catch you guys next time.